Hi, welcome to EcoSmart. I'm your host, Sandra Manning. You know, Tallahassee is filled with people who love this community and want to preserve its natural beauty. And city leaders are making it easier than ever for citizens to get involved. Today's show is all about creating an eco-friendly community. In this first segment, we'll see how folks like you establish trees like these for future generations.
Arbor Day started about 30 years ago. A group of citizens got together and we had been trying to lobby the city and the county to have better tree ordinances. And a few people got together and decided that we needed an Arbor Green organization to have annual Arbor Days. Gradually, as Arbor Day progressed throughout the years, we asked the city and the county for more backup and more support. And we had the backing of both commissions, and they decided to put this in their budget. So we were able to provide volunteers because we couldn't get this done without the volunteers, but now they're providing the funds. We've seen quite a few successful efforts along Tennessee Street, Blairstone Road. All the canopy roads have been planted. Our biggest one was on Appalachia Parkway, where we had 1,000 volunteers planting about 4,000 trees and plants. Lafayette Park became one of our targets for Arbor Day when we noticed a lot of erosion. As you can see by looking around, there's a lot of hills and swales and gullies, and the tree roots are being exposed during runoff and heavy rains, and some of the trees were dying. So we were back again, replanting to get a healthy community of trees.
I'm just helping out. It's Arbor Day, and this is one of my favorite parks here, so.
Yes, childhood memories.
Yes, childhood memories here at this park. So we're making it beautiful.
We're going to add to our reforestation project by planting over 100 more trees, flowering trees, overstory trees. We're adding to the diversity of types of species in the park, dogwoods and graybeards and cherry trees. And so what we're going to do is plan ahead for the future and to underplant these trees so as the older trees die, the younger trees will simply replace them.
It's a white ash.
All right, looking good. We're out here just to plant some trees, you know, so now they can watch them grow up, you know, so that's a nice community event, and we just felt like we should be a part of it. We just like helping others, you know. It's something we've done before. We've did Lake Ella, you know, project, and we've done the Magnolia project as well. And so it's just something that we can go back over time and I guess see the results of our labors. You know, we look at the trees and say, oh yeah, we planted those. We walk around the lake or drive by the trees on 90.
Looks good.
All we see are more buildings up and less space. I'm a country girl, I'm from Lake City, so all we have are trees, especially where I live in a small town. So I just think it's very important for us as a community to preserve the earth and nature and just look at it for its real beauty.
All right, that's good. Okay.
Well, we're hitting a lot of clay on the hill here, which makes it really tough. Thank goodness they pre-did the holes. But the clay is a little bit tough to cut through, and it's also tough for the trees. So if you run into a lot of clay, make the hole wider to give it a little bit more chance for the roots to grow.
Anything within nature is important to me because, you know, we are constantly hearing these concerns about deforestation and things like that. And, you know, even if it is just one or two trees, it still feels like I'm adding an impact to Tallahassee and providing, you know, future nature opportunities for the people that come behind. And I run in a lot of the parks around town, so being able to come out, they offer amazing shade in our unbelievably hot summers. So just being able to add that and continue that legacy here is really important.
The trees that we're planting now are about what's called a 7-gallon, and so top of the container is about 10 inches, and the trees are anywhere from 2 to 5 feet. So planting small trees, we found, is a better way than large trees because they establish quickly and they grow quickly. So over the next 10 years, we should see a substantial effect from this tree planting.
Trees just do so much for us. They purify our air, they give us shade in the hot summer, they block the cold winter wind, they provide wildlife habitat. All of those things are just really important, and plus they're beautiful. And let's face it, if you had a park with no trees, that's what Tallahassee's about, is our trees. And the other thing is, if you plant that tree, you own a little bit of it, and that's really connects us with the land, and I think that's important for us as Tallahasseans.
Water and trees.
It's growing. It's growing. It got huge.
Planting trees is important, not only because I'm a city employee, but because I'm a resident and a member of the community here in Tallahassee. I was born and raised here. Tallahassee is a gorgeous city, full of trees, and that's what I'm all about.
People seem to have a lot of fun. They come back and they look at the tree they planted or trees that they planted. They bring their kids, and it instills in them a sense of caring about the damage that is being done. And we got the work done in 1 hour and 5 minutes, which is pretty amazing considering we had 130 trees. So this shows the enthusiasm that the community has for projects such as this.
When people walk through the park, they see these trees, they notice them more, they enjoy the outdoors, they enjoy nature, and so that just heightens their awareness, and that's a good thing for keeping our community green. As more and more people get out in nature and enjoy it more, the more they're going to appreciate it, and that's, I think, one of the major benefits of this kind of project, especially when they're out here planting the trees themselves. And so heightening an awareness, I think, is one of the major benefits of this kind of a project.
To learn how you can get involved with future tree planting events, visit talgov.com. When we come back, we're going to take a trip to the stars.
Imagine a landscape of distinct natural beauty, a place where bees and butterflies move among the blossoms and birds find food and shelter, where plants can thrive on rainfall and native soil and fertilizers and pesticides are almost unheard of. Now, imagine this place is your own Florida home. Visit plantrealflorida.org and learn how to add native plants to your landscape and bring home the beauty of the real Florida.
Welcome back. The city is reigniting its rockets to the stars. Just not those stars, but the stars down here. What do I mean? Start thinking about reducing, reusing, and recycling. Stars!
In 2009, we launched a city employee recycling program, and we did that because we noticed that we had kind of hit a lull in terms of participation in recycling. So we launched a STAR program with an emphasis at that time on recycling. We were able to increase our numbers from somewhere around 19% to 38% just in the first few months of the program. So we recognized that just awareness, education, and could increase participation. So we really focused on educating employees about what could be done, what could be recycled in the city, and why it was important to recycle. In City Hall, we've gone from about 38% to 78% recycling participation. In the Renaissance Building, we are right at 61%. Recycling is an important component, but there are actually 3 pillars to waste reduction, and that is first to reduce, secondly to reuse, and then thirdly to recycle. And so we launched the Star 3 program, and it featured several components of the waste reduction stream. And one element was to bring your own mug.
And all those who have their coffee mug, could you just raise your coffee mug over there?
Any employee who brought their own mug would receive free coffee. And what we're hoping is that you don't just bring your mug that one day, because it's the kind of habit.
I brought my favorite work coffee mug because I didn't want to use a paper cup when I got my tea.
Every time you use your mug rather than a disposable cup, you are keeping something out of the landfill.
The most important thing really when it comes to reduce, reusing, and recycling is behavior modification. It's just getting used to doing things a little bit differently. Most of you may remember automobiles before they had seat belts. And you just got in the car and you went. And then seat belts came along, and then we gradually got to it, and now it's an automatic thing. You get in your car and you put on your seat belt.
We also did a miniature flea market where employees could bring items from home. It was very interesting to see the kinds of things that people brought in and the kinds of things that people were interested in purchasing.
I got a nice little hurricane lantern here, or camping lantern for those of you that can. Even got my coffee mug to go with it so I can sit coffee around the campfire. I love that.
I'm buying it actually for a friend of mine, so I kind of like it. It's really cool, it's neat. So it'll look good in her new house that she's just bought.
We were amazed at the number of items that we sold. Those are things that likely would have ended up in the landfill that are now will be used by someone else.
Okay, now this is an example of an old-fashioned noisemaker. Metal, it has metal. It has probably all kinds of gases coming out when I set it off that, pollute the interior environment. And I have replaced that with a more natural. When I was in Tanzania this summer with my son, I thought for sure I have beans, dried beans, and bamboo. It is one hell of a fine noisemaker.
We have a project going on right now, the recarpeting of parts of City Hall this year, and we're taking the best of the old carpet that we're taking out, and we're trying to find entities to take that and reuse it where their carpet might not be as good as what we're taking out here. And then we're recycling the rest of it. And the new carpet that we're putting in is actually made of recycled content.
Well, Earth Fair tries to be a part of every community that we're a part of. In Tallahassee, we do that through community outreach projects like this. We're out here sampling one of our products. It's our Amazing Grass Green Superfood with our Earth Fair apple juice. We're taking it out to sample people to show them that green superfood can be something that's not scary. It's totally approachable. As soon as you try it, you know that it's not just, a grassy, healthy flavor, that it can be something that's really good and good for you. It is a powdered product, so you can add it to any beverage or smoothie, anything like that. This particular flavor is a lemon lime. We mix it with our apple juice, so it gives it a little bit of sweetness. It's something that people don't expect. The first look on their face is sort of a, Ooh. They're surprised that it's got a fruity flavor to it. Most of the time people try something green, they're expecting it to taste sort of like celery or spinach, maybe lettuce. Those are the common flavors you think of when you think green. So they're always surprised when it's fruity, something sweet and not celery.
I just drank some juice that I was told was made from grass. It's supposed to be an energy boosting drink, and it tastes pretty good to me.
I thought it was good. It tastes like green tea. So me being a picky eater, if I like it, then I think everybody should like it.
It tastes great. I was actually kind of surprised. It doesn't look pretty, but it does taste great.
Would you like to try a sample? I would. Okay. You don't have to look for high fructose corn syrup in everything that you buy because you know that it's not going to be there if you shop at Earth Day. So that's one of the promises that we make, and that's how we try to contribute to people's health.
Star 3 is a significant enhancement in that we're looking at all three pillars. How do you reduce what you bring into the organization? Once it's here, how do we reuse it for a higher and better purpose? And then when it comes to the end of its purpose here, how do we recycle it in a way that's economically feasible as well as environmentally focused?
Just the chair we want to relocate?
At any given moment, you have a product that an office or a division or a single person may not be able to use, but somewhere in the government there's a need for it. So we really want to focus on that reuse piece, and we've made a concerted effort to do that. Over the past 3 years, we created a tool to do that. It's the online marketplace. It's an easy way for employees to post items that they are in need of, and a way for them to shop for things that other departments may post.
That's wonderful. Let me show it to you.
We were able to furnish conference rooms or partial offices from equipment that a single department may not have had use for, but another department was in search of. These type of principles apply across very big projects, even construction projects. When you repurpose, like the solid waste building is a great example where we took an approach of deconstructing rather than demolishing a building, which means we took extra care to preserve aspects of the building. So when you talk about the potential benefit of what we can save and how we can reuse and how we can reduce costs, it can be pretty significant. We're one small piece of the pie, but if we can get the community in a large way participating in recycling, you can basically multiply the benefits, whether that's economic or environmental benefit of a recycling program or waste reduction program. So it is the kind of program that can make a real difference for our taxpayers in terms of the quality of life, the things they do expect, because garbage is not something people talk about a whole lot, but there's a cost to providing that service, and this is a way for us to reduce those costs.
Well, the stars are certainly shining bright here at the city. When we come back, we'll see what the buzz is all about when it comes to getting around town. Stay with us.
Are you starving your recycling smart cart to death?
Let me show you a little bit about the new GEM electric car that the city owns. The city environmental group has kicked off a Get Their Green program, and with it we're encouraging the use of alternative vehicles. And this is one that we're exploring with a fully 100% electric. We've got 2 of these GEM electric cars, GEM standing for Global Electric Motor Cars, made out of Minnesota, and it's got 6 12-volt batteries, 72 volts it runs. It will take us about 22 to 26 miles fully charged with new batteries. These vehicles are parked under City Hall. They're open to all city employees. It's a fun vehicle to drive, handles very well, and for all the downtown usage, it does everything we need it to. This isn't a golf cart. This is a fully street legal vehicle. So what you'll see is it's registered, it has a tag on it, it's got headlights, it's got indicators, it's got a horn on it, it's got a windshield wiper, it's got seat belts, a completely safe vehicle for us. It accelerates very fast from 0 to 15 miles an hour. It's very quick off the line. Ready?
Yep.
Here we are about 25 miles an hour right in the flow of traffic. So you do have acceleration when you're at a stoplight and you're sitting in traffic. You are not a hindrance to traffic, you are in the flow of traffic. When you're downtown with all the different street lights, your flow, your stop and go, you're basically just another vehicle on the road, except you're all electric. This is a very quiet vehicle. The tires are low noise tires on it. And when you're taking off, it virtually has no noise whatsoever except for the wheels rolling on the road. You have full acceleration, you have full braking, you've got your horn, you've got your turn indicator, windshield wipers, and you're just getting there a lot greener. We're using them to go to the downtown buildings, go to Gemini, go to Renaissance, any local checkouts in any of the areas. We also are currently identifying locations where we're going to have specially marked parking places for the small electric cars. Okay, here we are at the Gemini building, and this is about as small a parking space as you would need. And this is going to be one of the e-car parking areas. So we're right up by the front area. We're going to have this marked off in green for the e-car. This one space has actually been held off so that the one person back here would need to back up, but we don't have any problem or issue with that. So this is the type of e-car parking we're looking at for the city buildings. You know, we could have very easily bought another car or a truck. For downtown commuting, this is the perfect vehicle for it. First of all, made in the United States. Second of all, is electric. It's economically sound and it's environmentally sound. It's a very good choice for the city. You know, we have a lot of hills here, so I think, you know, we're probably talking on a full new charge on this vehicle, probably 20 miles distance, which downtown will get you everywhere you need to go and back without any type of a problem here. It is a fun little car to drive. Get a lot of thumbs up from people, and a lot of times people just kind of look over at you like, huh, that looks interesting. Could I ask you what you think of the e-car, a little electric car?
It's pretty nice. It is nice, yeah. That's street legal?
It's street legal? She'll go 26 miles an hour, but she's pretty quick, 0 to about 20 or so.
Yeah, it looks completely electric?
All electric, 6 12-volt batteries.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah? Thanks, guys. For cost comparison, if you look at the two-seater, MSRP listed on the website and through the local dealers would be about $8,000. On the website, when they compare it to, say, about a $23,000 or $24,000 pickup truck, the overall cost is about 1/3. Now, the interesting cost based on 3,600 miles per year on a 3-year average is the electric costs come in at about $200, and the fuel costs come in well over that, about 5 times that. So yes, so that you save both on the overall cost of the vehicle and also on the fuel costs on it. I think we've got a great start to an e-car program here in Tallahassee, and when you start looking around, you'll see them in different areas. The e-cars are only one part of our Get There Green program. The bicycle program is another exciting initiative that we've kicked off. The bicycle program is supported through the Tallahassee Police Department. The bicycles came in under some type of evidence or were abandoned and the like. So overall, that program has cost the city basically nothing. And what we've done is made the bicycles available to employees, and it's just a matter of heading down there, getting the bicycle, taking off, and taking care of your business, and then coming back.
Riding a bike really doesn't take much time at all. In fact, if you count the time it takes you to look for your keys and walk to the parking garage, get in a line to get out of the parking garage and drive down the street, in many instances, I've made better time on a bike from one building to another. In some cases, we just need to go pick up some papers or make a visit, have a meeting. All of those things can easily be done on a bicycle.
Tallahassee's downtown area isn't actually that big at all, so if you use a bike, it's a lot, actually, you can get places a lot quicker sometimes than dealing with traffic, and if you're going to like Gemini or Renaissance, other city buildings in the area, they're really not that far at all, they're right down the road.
If we were comfortable riding our bikes for short trips under a mile, for example, we would drastically reduce the air pollution, which also has an effect on surface water quality and other kinds of health ramifications. It would reduce not just the ailments that the rider might have, it would help you become more fit, but it also helps other people breathe easier with less emissions from cars, which contain known carcinogens. So it's really a help to the rider and to everybody else who's not riding.
I think that a lot more people are starting to use bikes because it's more fun, you can get places quickly, it's convenient, it's a lot more quicker than walking. There's a lot of people that worry about, oh, if I ride on the road, someone's gonna hit me, but usually people just go around you and they don't have a problem with it. So, I mean, sometimes you get a few honks here and there, but the road is meant to be shared, so I think that it's people are becoming more and more aware of people biking and accepting of that as a way to get around.
Perhaps you say, well, you know, it's just a few blocks of driving my car, so it won't make any difference. But that few blocks of not driving your car cumulatively, when many people do it, creates a revolution. And so if we're to have a cleaner environment, a sustainable future, we've got to do the little things that in aggregate make big things.
With the advent of multimodal transportation district, the MMTD, where we're moving people as opposed to vehicles through the center part of town, the bicycles are a very good alternative, and we're encouraging employees to think alternative vehicles, be it bicycle, electric, walking, alternative mechanisms to get to their meetings and the like.
Wow, that was a lot of fun, and we certainly learned a lot about how to save energy, water, and money. Now that's not just smart, that's EcoSmart. For WCOT, I'm Sandra Manning.
If you're looking for a reason to invest in our schools, the Foundation has more than 33,000 great ones, and every one of them deserves the very best we can give. With your help, we make certain our schools have the resources they need to provide a quality education for each of our children by bringing our community and our schools together. Your Leon County Schools Foundation, building better schools.